Do y'all know Dave Blunts? How many of y'all familiar with this guy, Dave Blunts? I heard of him because with the situation that happened with him and Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg had said made a comment about him, and then he responded back. Now Snoop Dogg wasn't trying to be mean or nothing like that. Snoop Dogg was trying to be helpful, or had some something good. Snoop Dogg was trying to be helpful with his situation, and he took I guess he took it some kind of way. But yeah, we about to check out and see what was. We are. If you're familiar with Dave Blunt, you should know what the deal is with this guy, this rapper guy. His music is trash, by the way. That's just my opinion. Can't Put Down the Cup. I never heard that. I haven't heard the song fully, but that already sound. No, it's not my cup of tea. Sorry.
Now, Dave Blunt is a rapper who's blown up right now, but it's not for the reasons you'd expect. No controversy, no beef, no scandals. Instead, the internet can't stop talking about one thing: his weight.
Exactly.
I'm sure a lot of people have seen the clips or heard the chatter, and if not, don't worry, I'm going to enlighten you on exactly what's going on. Dave Blunt is a 23-year-old rapper from Salt Lake City, Utah, who's been steadily making waves online. While his music is gaining attention, it's his weight that's become the centerpiece of the conversation, sparking memes, debates, and plenty of reactions across social media. Now let's talk about Dave Blunt for a second. He's a 23-year-old guy who comes out of Salt Lake City, Utah, is definitely going viral right now. And Salt Lake City isn't a place you typically associate with hip-hop. Dave's journey into rap isn't your typical story. He's been dropping tracks that show a lot of raw talent, and his unique delivery and personality have started to catch the attention of hip-hop fans across platforms. But while his music is undeniably making waves, his appearance is what's really got people talking. Now, Dave Blunt stands out because he doesn't fit the image of what we expect most
What's his height
to look like. Now, Dave Blunt is a fella that's...
I want to know what's his height and weight.
...than usual, and that's something that he's proudly representing. You might have noticed the inhaler that he was hitting right before he started rapping, and that particular clip started making waves around summertime. At that point, he was just starting to surface. And then sometime after that, this clip started going viral.
Hate on me cause I'm a fat. I don't give a cause I'm a getter. Got a white. See a wrist later. Got you with money. Oh, let's go and be your babysitter. Cause I heard that nigga was a kid.
I had no
Not my
idea
cup of tea. I'm sorry.
There were other people like me.
Come on, dog.
Living their lives.
Ask your healthcare provider if Big Tarvy is right for you.
Come on,
And visit BigTarvy.com to get the important facts, including important warnings.
Do you have
Come on, dog.
but you just don't get the recognition you deserve for it as a music
Hallelujah.
Over the last few weeks, Dave Blunt has been making a lot of headlines. The most notable story happened a few days ago, and it involves Dave Blunt performing at Juice WRLD Day in Chicago. Now, this wasn't your average performance. Some might say that it wasn't a performance at all.
Exactly.
Dave Blunt took the stage sitting down, accompanied by an oxygen tank.
Hey, Chicago, do y'all have a problem with me sitting down on this stage? Exactly.
That's what I first. This is why I first heard of him from this clip right here, and I'm pretty sure they probably did have a problem with it. They just didn't have the heart to say it, man. I don't want to see nobody come sit down and perform like this. If you're a rapper, now if you play piano or something like that where you have to sit down, okay, cool. But like this, I don't want to see you just sit down and rap to me. No. Get up and move and dance and move around, and that's the art of hip hop. Don't nobody just sit down on stage and rap. No, I'm sorry. You gotta go, cuz.
So the oxygen tank was directly tied to his health, which has been...
But I get why he's doing it, but still. Couldn't see why he's sitting down, but still.
...topic of discussion, especially because it's related to him being overweight. And that's the core of why he's causing so many headlines right now. Now, Dave didn't hold back during this particular performance. He specifically addressed Snoop Dogg, who had recently hopped on social media, to make some slick comments about his weight. And this is what Snoop Dogg had to say. Well, put down the chicken wings and tie the chips, nephew, and that chair gonna break soon. Get to the end of the cup. And that's a reference.
Snoop Dogg wouldn't... Yeah, I can see what I might be taking the wrong way, but Snoop Dogg didn't mean no ill, or Snoop Dogg wasn't trying to be negative. He was trying to be, I guess maybe comical is the word. Which you're trying to let them know, put the food down, get your health right, get your body in order. That's all he was trying to say.
can't put down a cup, I can't put down a cup. So he said what he said because Snoop hopped on social media and made these comments about his weight. So he was essentially responding to Snoop saying, hey, get off my, don't you worry about me. I think if Snoop actually wanted to help, he would have obviously personally messaged him and been like, hey, come out to LA, I got you for a week or two on a personal trainer, whatever, right? He would have messaged
that
him.
Might have been, I guess that could have been a better route that Snoop Dogg could have went, trying to help the young brother out. Yeah, I guess.
He shot to him personally and not said what he said on Instagram. And since it's Snoop Dogg, I'm sure he was, probably high off his mind, right? What's the likelihood that Snoop Dogg is high? Type in this comment, you tell me. Now, this is not the most worrying aspect of this story. It's just one of them. I mean, first of all, Dave Bluntz is an artist, so he's supposed to be able to, at the very least, perform his songs without having to sit down. Him not being able to sit down is just a reflection of the poor health the guy is in. And I hate to be the guy who's stating the obvious, but he does need to lose some weight. I think we all can agree on that. Not for anyone's validation, but for his own sake. I can't say for certain how much Dave Bluntz weighs, but he appears to be at least 500 pounds, which is far beyond the BMI range for a healthy adult male. So if anything, the conversation around Dave Blunt's weight comes from a place of concern, at least for some people. It's what everyone is saying, and honestly, it makes sense. This isn't all that different from when we watched Juice WRLD rap about drugs. We saw how his lifestyle affected him in real life, and many fans were pleading with him to lay off the substances because they knew it would catch up to him. Sadly, we all know how that story ended. Just like with Juice, destructive behavior, whether it's substance abuse or ignoring serious health risks, can have devastating consequences. In Dave's case, the concern is about his weight and the toll it could take on his long-term health, which is a very real thing. Apart from the video of Dave Bluntz using an oxygen tank, there's another clip that I found deeply concerning. And in this particular video, Dave is seen sitting on the floor after a performance, struggling to catch his breath and looking completely exhausted.
Let's see. See, man.
Big ideas.
Come on, dog. What you doing, dog?
Now, if this was any other artist, we would have probably not thought twice about it. The perspective would have probably been, hey, maybe they just overexerted themselves during a particular intense performance. But given the context of Dave's story, it definitely raises some alarms. And honestly, it's quite sad to see this. I know that memes like these are flying around. One of them references the 600-pound life documentary, saying that this is eventually going to be Dave Bluntz. And another one is a post of the Spotify Wrapped results, and Dave is taking up half the space on the screen. And another one is Peter Griffin from Family Guy getting carried from his couch on a forklift. And another one is just straight up hateful. I mean, take a look at this. Trash fat of a rapper, Dave Bluntz, gets on a beat and lies about effing someone's bit. We all know sex is not feasible for his build. To be fair, there's plenty of overweight guys out here who are, getting more play than you would ever think they are actually
I would
getting.
imagine so.
I know some of them. So this person is obviously projecting based on their own limitations. Honestly, this story is nothing but sad, and I'm having a really hard time finding any of this funny. Maybe I'm getting too old, or maybe I just don't see this type of story as entertainment. Watching another man, especially a man who's this young, reach a point where his health is visibly deteriorating and is turned into a spectacle for the internet is more tragic than anything. Honestly, this is not really that comical to me. First of all, this guy is incredibly talented. I've listened to some of his music and he's definitely memorable. As far as his lyrical content goes, he still has some growing to do, but that's something that
I ain't gonna say he's not talented. I'm not gonna sit here and say he's not talented. It's just not my cup of tea. I can't get with it. Me personally.
End up seriously ill or injured due to the limitations that come. I mean, we all know the health risks that come with being obese in general. These include increased risk of heart disease, high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, joint pain and mobility issues, sleep apnea and breathing difficulties, higher likelihood of strokes, certain types of cancer, mental health related conditions as well, such as depression and anxiety. And the list goes on. But this is something we already know, just like how the average person understands that going to the gym can fight disease, increase your lifespan, and improve your overall quality of life. Yet most people don't do it. Why? Because it's not easy to do. And that's the funny thing about life. What comes easy usually isn't good for you, and what's good for you never comes easy. It's a harsh truth, but it's one that applies to almost everything, from health to success. And also, as for the responses to this
He can't be drinking that much lean. Like the clip they just showed, he can't be drinking that much lean. I'm pretty sure, I'm on the bet that cup was empty. He can't be drinking someone this much goddamn lean.
Very, very cruel. And honestly, like, some
it's
of these comments
crazy.
are just ridiculous. I hate Dave Blunt's gluttonous, disgusting, huge. Someone needs to dart him with Ozempic on stage. Now, these types of comments are obviously coming from people who are not very concerned about him, but people who are projecting their own insecurities on the guy. It's one thing to say, I hope he takes care of his health by losing weight, but it's another thing to say this fat, obese bastard needs to lose some damn weight, okay? Two different things. One is helpful, another one is straight up hateful. Most people in this world are not confident in who they are, and so when they see another person who may not be doing that well, they try to break them down because that person is a reflection of what they see in themselves. And here's the thing, you're not going to be able to shame another person into changing. Real change only happens when someone is ready to make that decision for themselves. Another key aspect of the story is the fact that we have rappers blowing up because of things like this. I mean, think about it. I'm not talking about Dave Blunt because of his music. His music serves as the background to his name, but even then, it's not his name that's in the spotlight. It's the fact that he's overweight. That says a lot about the state of music today. We've known this for a while, but the music industry nowadays isn't about raw talent, making people feel something with your music, or creating a lasting impact. It's about feeding into gimmicks, sadly. And that's not to say those other things don't exist, because they obviously do, but it's rare for someone to get this level of attention without having some sort of controversy spectacle or viral moment attached to their name. I wish things could have been different, but the way social media operates, fueling an artist's name through shock value and trends, I honestly don't think this dynamic is going to change anytime soon. One thing I'm learning from this particular story is how important it is to prioritize your health above everything else.
Exactly.
Whether it's money, fame, attention, or especially clout, none of those things even combined outweigh the importance of taking care of yourself. For someone like Dave Blunt, I'm sure it's especially difficult because the very reason he's getting all this attention is tied to his deteriorating health. It's a double-edged sword. This reminds me a lot of Ice Spice, which we've talked a lot about on this channel. Part of the reason why she initially blew up was because of her physical appearance. Let's be real, a big reason why Ice Spice got so much attention was because of her body. But now part of the reason why she's starting to fade away is because she essentially lost all the ass she had, right?
Customize and
Come
save
on, dog.
with Liberty Mutual. That's it.
Go.
In Ice Spice's case, something I'll dive into more in an upcoming video, she made a decision that was best for her, and honestly, for that reason, I can respect Ice Spice. If there's one takeaway from her story, it's that just because people praise you for looking a certain
Ice
way,
Spice won
doesn't mean
that.
you can't choose
She was
a
thick.
different-
She won that. She wasn't big. Ice Spice is not big. She kind of thick, but she ain't. She not fat. She thick. But I guess.
Even if that choice involves losing some of the attention. Your health and well-being should always come first. For Dave Blunt, he's the only one who can take responsibility for switching up his habits. And that obviously includes putting the cup down. If he wants to have a fruitful and long-lasting career, his health has to be the priority. To be honest, the only thing that could hold him back right now is his health. Because he has momentum and the media is paying attention to him. If he gets his health in check, it's like knocking out two birds in one stone. He takes control of his future and ensures he's around to reap the rewards of his hard work and talent. I encourage everyone out there to prioritize their health over everything. I don't care how much money you have, if your health is not in check, you're not going to be able to live a good life. Fact. And this particular story is about someone going viral for the wrong reasons, and despite the situation, I genuinely hope two things for Dave Blunt.
I think he's short.
First, that he stays healthy
I don't
enough to
think
keep
he's
capitalizing
that
on all the
tall.
opportunities he has right now. Because that's not really guaranteed, especially in his condition. Let's just be honest, right? And second, that he eventually takes some of that rap money and invests it back into himself. Because at the end of the day, you are your own biggest asset. Not your brand, not your fame, but you as a human being. There's absolutely nothing more important than that. For me, that's the real takeaway of this story, and I hope it resonates with you as well. Anyway, if you made it this far, that means that you enjoyed this video, so drop a like on it. I appreciate you for the like. Thank you. Also,
Yeah, Mr. Dave Blunt, if you're watching, yeah, have we all learned from the past? Think about it. Pat Joe was big, he lost weight. Rick Ross lost weight. Biggie Smalls, look what happened to Biggie. He gone. Big Pun, same thing. Big Pun didn't lose weight, and look what happened. Gerald Levert and the other brother, I think his name's Sean. Look at them. Heavy D. You see what I'm saying, man? Yeah, man. He needs to get his health in order. get that weight down to it. And I don't think he's gonna be able to. He might have to. I was thinking about weight loss surgery, but I think you got to be within a certain number, a certain marker to get the weight loss surgery. If you're too big, you're gonna have to shed some pounds regularly, and then before you can even qualify for the weight loss surgery. You feel me? You got to be a certain. If you're too big, they say you got to work out, eat right, lose some pounds with the regular weight, and once you lose a certain amount, then we can go ahead and get the surgery going so you can lose even more weight. You feel me? Just like if the surgery requires you to be the surgery might require people to be no more than 400 pounds. If you're over 400, you gotta lose weight the regular weight by eating and exercising to get under 400 for you to qualify for the surgery. I don't know exact numbers, but you get what I'm trying to say. Yeah. So yeah, man. Hopefully he get his life in order. Put down the cup. I don't think he's drinking that much lean, but if he is, whatever's in that cup, put that shit down. Yeah, man. Hope for the best for the young brother. So, yeah, just hope for the best. I'll catch y'all the next one. Peace.